Hey Leos, alright, let's take a look at your love life for April 2021. We are in Aries energy, so it's pretty straightforward energy. Things that need to be spoken are usually spoken. Truths are established, and things are pretty straightforward. So let's take a peek and see how things are going for you. We're going to start with the energy that's, cards that describe the energy between you at the moment. That's a better way to put it. Let's take a look. The energy between the two of you. Just take those. The Fool, the Queen of Pentacles, the Page of Swords in reverse, and the King of Wands. This started to come out in reverse, as is the Page of Swords. Somebody's wanting things to progress forward and wondering kind of, how the other one feels. Well, the other one is kind of playing alpha, the other one's kind of beta here. So you've got somebody very strong, very, confident, very masculine, or maybe at least just very, we'll just keep it as confident, okay? We don't want to throw the word ego out, because I don't want that to be misconstrued, because ego in a way can be good. It just depends on how your ego and the position it's in. So somebody's very confident, very great, very optimistic about where things are going, the possibilities of it. Really feeling the connection here. And I think somebody's either getting cold feet, or maybe they're not really sure how the other one feels. Perhaps you're maybe even a little bit of nervous to take that, that leap forward, or that risk. How is your energy affecting others? The Hangman. So in reverse. So maybe you're giving out, you're just going all in more than you normally would. Or to you, I guess it can be considered all in. To where someone else, it's considered kind of, it's steadily progressing. But for you, it's a little quick maybe. And that is, it is showing a little bit, but on the other hand, it could be not as evident as you would want it to be. In that aspect, I would suggest to communicate about that and make sure that that's not something that's being neglected, because you don't want that to be a reason for things to go bad, or for someone to misconstrue intentions, or even change their intentions because of the, whatever. I'm just saying you should certainly be aware of the fact that if you're wanting things to slow down, make that impression known, because right now it doesn't seem that way to the other person. You're kind of going all in, just like they are. Knight of Pentacles in reverse. But there is a message here to just kind of take it easy a little bit, so that you don't lose out on other things going on around you, and you don't want to step into something that you don't want to step into something sudden. You want to be able to just maintain your course until you can get there, slow and steady, basically. How can you improve your communication skills or the situation here? So if you feel like things are not going, in the way that you would prefer them to be, maybe there's more, it's just going very quickly, or maybe you're feeling like there's a bit of a dependency that you are not really digging, I would address that now. And I wouldn't say it like that. I would just express it in a way that is like, you have your schedule, you have your routine, you have your deal over here, I've got mine, we're going to maintain this position for a little while, and then we'll kind of come together, is basically what I'm seeing. And that will prevent you from feeling like you have to put all of your eggs in one basket, like you've got to deal with their issues. You just kind of keep it a little bit more separate at the moment. And that's really what needs to, the best communication that can address the situation in the most proactive way. What should you expect to arise from this? So you could create a sense of fear or insecurity in the other person by making this, statement. And this could be vice versa as well. But it's not necessarily meant for that. It's meant to establish a sense of secure self without needing the other person to have to constantly be there to heal that. There needs to be autonomy on both sides, independence, and ability to have that 100% self coming into a relationship on both sides. That's very important. So that situation might come up, basically, okay? What are they hoping will happen with regards to that? they're hoping that if they, it's almost like they're thinking if they kind of go and either make this announcement of how they feel, or if they, back off or give some kind of basically emotional reaction, that you're going to have an emotional reaction and you're going to come after and say, oh, no, 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 I'm just saying, and I personally am not a fan of any of that kind of stuff, but they're hoping that they're going to get your attention, but doing it in this way is not quite the best way to get your attention. So I guess the message here, I would imagine the only reason you're getting this message is for you to realize that they're coming from a place of kind of this superficial, energy. It's not anything deep. There's no intentions behind it. It's just coming from emotion. And that's something that will be important to know for some of you, okay? What are you not seeing? A Ten of Swords here. So this other person's maybe a little bit disappointed. Maybe you're disappointed with them. And this is kind of their way of trying to get your attention. And the best way to handle this one, which I didn't ask the other signs, but because you have something kind of going on, I just want to make sure you have all the information. Ten of Wands, Eight of Wands. So just take responsibility for it, call it out for what it is, maintain that balance, just let it be, and don't take it too far. Just kind of simplify the situation, cut it out as far as, any acceleration in the situation, just cut it off. You put the foot down and don't let it go any further than that. That way it doesn't create some problem or something like that, okay? Messages from the other person here. Be willing to accept support. So this is them basically telling you, yes, they know they need to accept support. They know they need to ask questions if they have concerns, but they're having some trouble with that. So they, deep down, their higher self is aware, but they're also almost asking you to help with that. And it's important to love others deeply. That's your higher self telling you, treasure this situation, love the other person, even if they're acting a little silly, because deep down it's not that big of a deal. It's just, it's an emotion because people get very territorial about people that they care about, okay? On the bottom of the deck here, honesty is essential. And it does take strength to recognize patterns and things that need change. So this is more you towards the other person. It does take a lot of strength to recognize the need for change, but it is also important to speak with honesty so the changes can be made. So I hope that helps. I will see you guys next month. Much love. Have a great month.